And now, it's time for another Dice Tower review with Tom Vasel.
Hey folks, do you know how to eat fried worms or barbecued worms? Probably if you're a wise person, you are not doing such a thing. However, that is the whole point here. Well, I guess you're birds, so it's perfectly fine. Today we're taking a look at Pickomino by Reiner Knizia. This is not a new game, this is a reprint of an older game. In fact, it came in a much smaller box. And honestly, I don't know why the box is bigger, unless they may just want to sell it more. Because as far as I can tell, the game is exactly the same components. This is a game of rolling dice and pushing your luck. It's kind of a variant on Yahtzee, but it's a little bit different. Let me explain. So you're going to place dominoes here in front of everybody from 21 to 36. The 21 is worth 1 worm, and you can see the 36 is worth 4 worms. On a player's turn, they're going to take 8 dice that show a 1 through 5, and instead of the 6, a worm symbol. You'll roll those dice, and then you can keep all the dice that are the same number, or all the dice with worms. So let's say I say, okay, I'm going to keep all the dice with worms. I can stop or roll again. Worms have a value of 5, so I have a value of 10 right now. I roll again. Now, I have to take all the dice of one number, or I'm out. So these worms I can't take, so I'll take the 2. So now I have a total of 12, but I can no longer take 2s. I roll again, and I will take the 1. So I'm at 13 right now, and I roll again, and I can stop at any point, but it would be worthless stopping. I'll take the 3, so I'm at 16. This isn't looking so hot for me. I roll, and I got a 5. That's 21. I'm going to stop because the only thing I can take on future rolls are 4s. So I would take this 21, and I would put it in front of me. Now the next player rolls. So they roll, and they say, they'll take the 2 5s, and they'll roll again, and now they'll take the 2 2s, so they're up to 14, which is good, but not good enough really to get anything. Whew! The good thing they rolled that 3, otherwise they'd be in trouble. They're at 17. Now they have to take the 1. That brings them up to 18. We need... Okay, there's 22. And you say, oh, stop. Take the 22 worm. Here's the problem. I need a worm. You have to have a worm in your mix to be able to take one of these tiles. And bust it. Now, whenever you bust, you will take the biggest tile and turn it over. No one can get that tile anymore. And if you roll the exact same number that someone else has, you can take it. However, if I get another one, I can protect it. Let's say then let's say I take the 25, and later on someone rolls a 26. There is no 26 for them to take because I have it protected by the 25, so they would just go down and take the 24 instead. So you're rolling, and of course if you don't get the lowest number here, so the lowest number right now is 22. If you roll less than that with all your dice anyway, you also are busted, and you'll turn one of these over. So eventually all these will be turned over or gone in front of players, in which case then players will count up the worms on their dice, and whoever has the most wins, and a tie broken by whoever has the highest numbered die, or the highest number domino. That person wins the game. So that's that. It's a very simple game. It's a game that I've played for quite a long time, and each time it plays the same. I'm like, ooh, this is fun. Let's play it, and then let's move on to something else. This is a filler, a game that you play between the bigger games, but it's a solid one. The pieces are really good quality. I really like these dominoes, this backlight plastic. It just feels good to pick up and take. The dice are wooden dice, and they're easy to roll and quickly determine your number. I guess the game teaches addition if you care about that sort of thing. So I really like how it's fast. And I like the concept. You roll the dice and then you take all the numbers of one type. You roll 5 2s. You're like, yeah! Oh wait, no, I don't want 5 2s because that's only worth 10. So obviously rolling a lot of 5s in one roll is great. Yes. So you can take that, but there's always a danger when you take 5s. Let's say I roll 4 5s. That's 20. And then I roll 2 worms. And then now I got 30. I have 30 points. I could stop, but I could push my luck. But what if my remaining dice are only worms and 5s? And someone can have a sure thing and then bust, and that's always fun for everyone to watch. Yes, there's luck in this game. but there's also choices to be made. Where am I going to keep rolling? And when I roll, what do I keep? You need to have worms every time. So when you roll one worm, you're like, yeah, I'll take that worm. But worms are worth 5 too, so wouldn't it be better to take it when there's 2 or 3 worms? Now, I might make this like, ooh, the decisions in this game are phenomenal. No, they're not. They're simple, fast. But this is one where you can go around the table. And this has 2 to 7 on the box. Now, 7 is, you're not going to get many turns. But it does work with 7. But I would recommend this mostly, I think, with 4. But it just goes around the table very quickly. It's the kind of game you can talk to other people about anything else while someone else is rolling. There'll be laughter and cheers and jeers as people roll the dice. But overall, it's one of those games you're like, what else do we do? Hey, let's play Pickomino. And in that situation, works really well. Pickomino, an oldie but a goodie. Dice Tower Judgment approved.
Thanks so much for watching the Dice Tower videos. Find more great videos and reviews as well as our top-rated audio podcast at Dicetower.com. You can also find other great shows at Dicetowernetwork.com. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower. The Dice Tower is sponsored by Cool Stuff Inc., where you can find great games for great prices. Cool stuff in stock. Check them out at CoolStuffInc.com.
Shut the door.